to my vlog. In today's video, I was going to talk about my experience traveling with it's almost two. It's so sad to think about it. But, because we went to Hawaii, so that vlog will be up. I posted, we went to Knott's the day before we left for Hawaii. Posted the packing, and now I'm going to talk about the travel before I do the whole vlog part. I'm trying to get it all together. So let's talk about traveling with a toddler. So I'm gonna go grab a couple of the stuff in a second, but let's first talk about like my thoughts of what it was gonna be before I like tell you what like getting there was, because I think getting there was like about I think 5 hours and like 50 minutes, so almost 6 hour flight. I was like, oh no, this is gonna be insane. I was just like, and you know, airplanes, the seats get smaller, and so it's like all that. So the way there, like we had a nice lady that sat next to us, and she was gonna be a grandma soon, so she was fine, but I was like hesitant because I'm like, oh no, who am I gonna sit next to? And I have like a young little kid. Like I tried to do like, because our flight left at 9 in the morning so that we didn't waste a whole day flying. I flew early because I tried to make it around his nap time so he would sleep a lot on the plane, which that did happen. So that helped. I watched a video about several tips of traveling with a toddler. It said fly around like their nap time, get them tired before you go. So me and my husband like rotated like turns, like going like walking with him around the area of our terminal. And then we changed his pants before we went on the plane. But of course my husband had to change him on the plane, and my husband said that is the smallest bathroom on the plane. There is no changing table. So note to, if you're a flight attendant or like a person that does anything with flying, you need to work on that. That's very important. People travel for vacations and they have little ones. How are you supposed to change like a toddler or a baby's diaper without a changing table? But we managed it going there. So I'll have some pictures and little videos that I took on the plane. I just didn't vlog a lot on the plane just because I wanted to be as much of a help as I could be without being super stressed with managing like videotaping the whole experience and making sure my husband's okay, not disturbing anyone next to us, and then making sure my son is fine. So let me go grab those stuff. So I had this little tablet. It has a little stencil on the back and you can write on it, and then you hit this and it disappears. So I had that to help distract him, which that did help. For takeoff, I put these headphones back in the bag now to try to get them out, but so they're like dark blue and green, so really cute. It has a charger in there. I don't want to lose all of those parts, but it worked really well, like, because I was afraid about that traveling and his ears would hurt. So I tried to make sure that he had that Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm still trying to get used to being back on on the time zone. So it's like I'm so tired um having to drink a lot of tea to keep me up. Um I know I need to get back to my routine and it'll help. So I'm gonna try to get back to that next week. And trying to get my son back into the routine has been hard. But back to it. So those are like good for, I looked up good headphones for a toddler flying, and those were one of the ones that came up. It's noise canceling. Yes, it also has parent controls for the volume, so if you have a little bit older kids, you can use that with them. So it doesn't like hurt their ears, like even if they accidentally hit the iPad, like music to be really loud, it's not actually that loud on the headset. Which I love that because my son has learned the volume button really well and likes to hit it. I try not to let him have the iPad, or phone on the plane. I just like wanted less, but there was a point where like it was just hard for him, like, and he just wanted to run around. That was like going there. That was not easy going there because flying, it was a lot longer. He was asleep when we took off for about, I think, an hour. And then when we were landing, he was asleep for about another hour of like, he was falling asleep when we were slowly about to land. So that was fun, but in the middle, he was awake and it was hard. He just wanted to move around, just didn't understand it, which was hard. The lady next to me was so nice. Like, she's like, oh, whatever you need, I can move to whatever helps you, because I had the middle seat, my husband had the window seat. So it was a little bit harder, but we managed. And me and my husband rated how we thought it was, and so we rated it as a 7 out of 10 for flying to Hawaii. So I'm gonna do that. But altogether, I think he did really well flying for this is his first flight. Many more to come, but we really wanted to see what he would do. So, oh, I forgot to also show you his busy book. I also got this busy book. So that also helped. Not even realizing that sometimes it can kind of get messy. Like, I'm trying to open it right now and every part is trying to fall out. So I have to reorganize that and get that all back together. Hopefully we didn't lose anything. But I tried my best. Next time I'm going to put each like activity thing into like a bag so it doesn't all fall out at once. And so it just makes it easier. But yeah, so far the flight there was pretty good. More than I expected. I was expecting, I don't know, I was hoping he would sleep a little longer, but that's what it is. So now, since we talked about the flight there, let's talk about the flight back. It was about, I think, 4 hours and I think 40 minutes, something like that. Oh, my arm. So a lot shorter, but sorry, my arm is itching. I don't know why, but So the flight back was so much easier. At first, when I checked us in, had me at like more up at the front of the plane. My husband was more at the back of the plane. So once we went through security, we went up to the I forgot what they call them, but the ladies at the gate, and we're like, well, sorry, we're a family, but we don't want to be split up. And so she's like, the only couple seats we have open, because my son was a lap seater, so that was also hard on the way there because he was on my lap and it just hurt, and there was no room because there was 3 of us in that row. So back to flying back home, she's like, well, you're gonna have to sit, there's a couple openings in the very back. So we took that. I'm like, I'm glad. I don't want to be sitting by people I don't know, no one I can talk to if he's asleep, just uncomfortable. I don't want to, like, you know, irritate someone with me with a baby and I'm just all alone up there. So we sat together, and then the flight attendant, because we went on early because we had a baby. I know people say don't do that, but we did, just because it's our first like 2 flights that we did, and so we just didn't know how long it was gonna be, how hard it was gonna be putting our stuff away, and so we did that. And then the flight attendant's like, oh, you have the whole row, like there isn't another person coming. So my son actually got his own seat, which actually helped so much better, instead of him sitting on my lap. Oh, that flight home felt so good. Because on the flight there, my leg was so tired because he was sitting on me. Sometimes my husband wouldn't have him, but most of the time he would be on me. But so those stuff has worked. We did have to give in and let him watch a show, and that was fine. He wasn't on it like constantly. But it did make it a lot better having a whole row to ourselves, just because like he could have his own seat. Just made it so much better. So and I would rate, I forgot to ask my husband what he would rate the way back. I would rate it like maybe an 8 out of 10. Just, there was a couple like little hard issues, but it was a lot better than the first way out. Maybe 8.5 out of 10. So watch out for the Hawaii vlog coming out soon. So I'll see you next time. Bye.
Trips, come back at 6, wake me and your child, and it won't lay today.